So I know I haven't been making many videos. I said it every time I make another video. I've been really busy lately, trying to work, trying to get by, and trying to raise a kid. It's just been a lot. And, people ask me still what I've been up to. And, mostly making knives. I still love knives, always love knives. This is a great knife, love this knife. But I've recently been getting really into self-defense tools because it all started with these. Now, I know you probably don't recognize these at first. These are the ones I used in all my other Knuckle videos. And I removed that stupid gold coloring on here. And I kind of ground it down a little bit, making it look a bit more handmade, I guess. I just like the rough, dirty look of it. And I cleaned them up so they feel a lot better in the hands. Everything has been rounded out. And these are really smooth now. They're really nice. They feel really good. I've been punching all kinds of stuff. I just haven't been recording it. But, yeah, these feel good. And I love Knuckles. You know me, I love Knuckles. So then I ended up getting another set of Knuckles. And these have these aces on top. They're a little cheesy, but they're cool. They're big, they're beefy, they're solid. And, yeah, I just really like Knuckles. And even though these are a little bit cheesy, the 4 aces, whatever, they still pack a solid punch. And they're nice, but yeah, I can't always carry Knuckles around. I do a lot, you'd be surprised, but sometimes I want something a little bit smaller. And that's why I got this. This is a 2-finger knuckle duster from McDaniel Knives. I call it the McDouble. And it's cool. I originally thought, I did make a video for these, but it kind of got scrapped because of some weird stuff that happened while recording it. And I'll probably get to that another day. But what I found is that when, using these, if you try to use them in the 2 middle fingers, there's this part right here that gets on your finger. It hurts. So you have to use these like these. Or like this. But these are very effective. They're thin. But they're solid. They're heavy. They're cool. They mess shit up. They really do. So, obviously, I like this kind of stuff. I really dig Knuckles. I really dig self-defense stuff. So I started thinking, what kind of stuff can I make myself? I am already making knives and stuff. Let's kind of explore a little bit. And the first thing we got is super simple. I mean, keep it simple, stupid, right? This is as simple as it gets. This is a cut-off piece of a leaf spring. And as you can see, it's fairly flat. I wrapped it in twine and I epoxied that so that twine's not going anywhere. And it's basically a prison shank made out of leaf spring. And I darkened this so it's nice and black. It's got that cool patina. And this thing is absolutely it's just devastating. And it's going to stay sharp and pointy forever. That point is ridiculous. It just kind of went through my finger a little bit and I just kind of touched it. Something so simple is so deadly. Ask people in prison. I mean, you get somebody in the midsection with this, being that it's thinner like that, it's going to go right between some ribs. It's going to get your organs. It's going to mess you up. You pop somebody in the neck with this, they're done. I'm not advocating for stabbing people. I'm just saying in a self-defense situation, it is what it is. Get out of here, dog. And yeah, this I wouldn't take as my first choice because it's lethal, but it's cool. I really like this. And so I was kind of on a spike thing for a while. And that's when I made this. This is just a steel spike and an antler. And it's really cool. I like this thing a lot. And you can hold it however you want, whatever. But it's really cool. I've made a few of these. I like these push spikes. They're just really awesome. they're deadly. You get somebody in the neck, it's going to go right through like butter. They're super sharp. Punch somebody in the face one time with this, get them in the cheek or something, they're gonna run. They're not gonna keep messing with you. I wouldn't. I don't know anybody who's not completely batshit crazy that would stand there and continue to take that. And then the next thing I did was kind of wacky, I guess. This thing is deceptively brutal and devastating. I'm calling it the corkscrew. And I took a piece of antler and a drill bit. That was it. I sharpened it to a crazy point. It's extremely pointy. And I know this antler looks funny. I got some scallops in the front here. And you put your thumb here, and then you just jab it in. You can twist it up, and when you go to pull it out with this for your thumb, if it snags on something, because it is a drill bit, it's basically a corkscrew, you're going to be able to pop that out really easy. And you're going to tear guts out with this. This thing is devastating. And on the bottom, I got some camo paracord lanyard here, and that is a real 50 caliber bullet from a black powder rifle. I just figured, with the deer antler camo and 50 cal, just cool. But this thing is devastating. I know it looks silly, it looks simple, and that's kind of the thing. Is like I said before, keep it simple. You can't get much more simple than this. It's an antler with a drill bit in it, and it will murder somebody horribly. It's going to do so much damage to somebody. It's ridiculous. Now, this isn't something I personally carry. Then again, I'm really growing to like it. I've been testing it out and all kinds of stuff. This thing is just wicked brutal. So then I kind of started getting away from spikes a little. And I was thinking more like knuckles and knuckle dusters. And the first thing I did was this. Again, just super simple. It's a piece of wrought iron that I make into a little knocker. I don't really know what to call it. I just call it the knocker. And the lanyard is some red and black. It's Black Widow, and I got a 9mm shell on here. And, just put it in your knuckles like this. Put it in your hand. Punch the shit out of somebody. It's devastating. It's super small. It's heavy because it's a big solid piece of wrought iron. I mean, look how thick that is. It's heavy, and it's heavy duty, and it's going to last you forever, and it's going to do some serious damage. It's a little awkward at first because it's kind of different from most things you would probably be used to. But trust me when I say that this thing is brutal. I was punching some plywood with this, and I was punching right through it. I was tearing it up, and my hand felt fine. So, in a self-defense situation, again, I'm not looking to fight anyone. I've been in way too many fights in my life. I'd rather not get in anymore. But things do happen. There are terrible people out there, and bad things just come up sometimes. The world is full of evil. You have to defend yourself, and you can't always carry a gun. Granted, that would be the best option. I'm not going to sit here and talk about guns because you all know that's the best option. But something like this, you carry it around in your pocket and you leave the shell hanging out, so you just pop that out and fast deploy. It's deceptive in the fact that it's just a little piece of metal. Nobody even knows what it is. And this thing is going to crack a skull. It's brutal. It's awesome. I really like it. And every time I show anybody that, to say, what the hell is that? Like, I don't even know what I'm looking at. And then I have to explain, and I go, oh, whatever. But then I started getting a little, how do you say? I wouldn't say carried away. I just kind of started experimenting a little bit. And one day I was sitting out here, I didn't have really any steel. I didn't have anything to make. And I'm thinking, got a lot of wood around. How about some wooden knuckles? So that's exactly what I did. I made some wooden knuckles. And I really like wooden knuckles. They're really light. I mean, these are obviously a little thick. You should have seen it when I started. It was like twice as thick. They're devastating. Like, all day I could punch with this. As long as this wood holds out, my hand is just fine. I barely feel any impact with these. And that's why they're nice. Is when you get metal ones, you really feel that in your hand, like especially in your palm. These, I feel nothing. Like, nothing. It's just really nice. I like wooden knuckles a lot. I did make another set where I had it like, where basically I made it look like this. It was this shape. If you hear a lot of noise back here, I got a dog roaming around, so don't mind that. I probably said that in about 13 videos so far. But as I was cutting that one out, I had like one little cut to do yet. I was using a hacksaw and I was cutting, and it got stuck and I wasn't thinking, and I yanked it. And all across here, it just snapped in half. And all that work. And I'm going to make another one, don't worry, but yeah, that was a bit devastating. So, yeah, wooden knuckles, go figure. They're cool. And so, as I said, I broke the other one, and I had a decent piece of that still around. And I figured, single finger knuckle. It's super light. It fits in the tiny little fifth pocket there. Just put it on your hand like this. You can see I dremeled that out for some textures. It would hurt. Like, I would not want to get punched with this. It's a lot more solid than you think. It's extremely comfortable in the hand. And even if it only lasted you like 1 or 2 or 3 hits before it broke, it still did its job. Because ideally, you never want to use something like this. You buy it in hopes that you never do. It's something that you kind of collect, you display, you just enjoy looking at it, and hope that you never have to use it. If you do have to use it, it will save your life. It will do its job, and even if it breaks, your life is saved, so it's worth it. And I got a OD green paracord lanyard with a 308 shell. I mean, 380, not 308, sorry. It's a 380 shell on there. And yeah, I really like that a lot. It's just super simple. And so that's basically what I've been doing lately. I'm still making knives. I'm cranking out some mini cleavers. They're badass. They're coming along nicely. I still plan to do a lot of knives. A lot. Absolutely a lot. I love knives way too much to ever abandon it. So even if I start getting crazy and doing other stuff, I'm still going to be making knives all the time. I love knives way too much. I have a couple on my bench that I'm working on. I'm actually recording this on my workbench. I have my camera on my drill press that I just got, so I finally got a drill press. And yeah, things are starting to come together. I'm starting to learn new stuff. I'm getting better. Keep in mind, everything I've done, I'm self-taught, so you just learn it as you go and hope you get better. If I had better materials, I'd be cranking out some cool shit. And actually, since we're talking about self-defense tools, I don't know if I ever showed this, and this just happens to be sitting on my bench all the time. I completely forgot this was here. I was just about to end the video, and I forgot, but I took a file. It was a triangle file, and I ground all the file marks off and just put it in a handle and made a wicked point on it. As I call this the tri-dagger. It's basically a 3-bladed ice pick. Freaking flies. This thing is nasty. Like, if you get stabbed with this, you're gonna go away, flies. You're gonna have a triangle hole. It's gonna be impossible to stitch up. It's insane. So I think that's cool as shit. I like weird stuff. I like things that are different. And I like things that look nasty and scary. That's kind of my thing. Like, I really like stuff like this. It's different. It was fairly unique because where are you ever going to see this again? And I just really like this stuff. I really like self-defense tools, you know, something like this. It's just cool stuff. I love that kind of stuff. I love knives. I love self-defense tools. I love wicked, nasty-looking stuff. And for the record, if you ever see McDaniel knives, go check him out. He does do full-finger knuckle dusters. He does knives. He does all kinds of cool stuff. This thing is wicked. So, yeah, go check him out. And that's pretty much it. I just wanted to give you guys like an update, show you what I've been working on, show you the mind of this crazy sumbitch, and give you a little glimpse of what's to come, I guess. And I know a lot of people have been telling me, yo, do more knuckle videos, punch more stuff and whatever. Yeah, I could do that. And as you can see, I got more knuckles to do instead of just one. So I got a whole variety of knuckles. I'll even put a wooden knuckles through its paces. If I break it, I break it. And yeah, so expect that at some point when I get time to film it. And that's pretty much it. So I hope you like this video. Hope you subscribe. And anything else you want to know, let me know in the comments down below.